everyone. Hopefully you can hear me today. Knock on wood. I have avoided the tech issues I encountered yesterday. I'm also playing double duty. It may say within the trenches media, bad news, I'm not Ricardo. Good news, I'm not Ricardo. So thank you for joining me. I am so excited to be back and to be able to be a gold sponsor for Dare to Be Great 3. I've been a part of all three, and it's been such a fantastic time. I've enjoyed everything. Let me see if I can fix this. You can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Is it working now? Okay, I'm just gonna try to talk pretty loud, so let me know if this works. I've done nothing but encounter tech problems, so we're just gonna try it out this way. Let's see here. Back to my screen. If it'll let me. Okay. Let's see here. We're gonna try to fix it, so stand by.
Okay, can we hear me now? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Get my camera to work here. Okay, perfect. Awesome. It wouldn't be me at a Dare to Be Great conference if I didn't have some kind of technology issues. So hopefully we can make this work. The internet has been a little sketchy today, so we're going to see how it goes. But I will go ahead and start. So hopefully you are here for Improving Training with Technology. This is the gold sponsor session. So excited to be a gold sponsor for this conference. Obviously, I'm a huge Ricardo fan, so always glad to join in the fun. Hopefully you were able to join yesterday for that session as well. Today we'll be talking about improving training with technology. So my goal for this session really is, if nothing else, that you guys are inspired to try different technology, look for different ways to just enhance your training program with all the things that are out there nowadays, because there's just so many options. Sometimes it's overwhelming. So hopefully I've also kind of pared down the list for you, so you've got a good starting point and can go from there. Let me bring up this screen. So first, really, we're just about trying new delivery methods. As if you've taken any kind of training course, any kind of instructing course, um, everybody learns a little differently. Some things that resonate with some people don't resonate as well with others. Excuse me. So really, it's just all about finding different ways to make our training the most effective for the most different people, for the most personalities and learning styles. So technology will never replace great teachers, but in the hands of great teachers, it's transformational. Um, None of these things are gonna, replace you as a trainer or training coordinator or whatever your role is when it comes to training. These are all just to enhance. They're all to help you out. Some of them can make your life a little easier. Some of them are there to enhance the training. They're really just there as add-ons to anything you already have established. So first, we will start with your basic presentation. So uh, maybe some of you might have not done one. I would be kind of surprised to find out that you guys haven't done a presentation of some kind. But these can be a good way to switch things up. If you feel like you're doing a lot of lecturing, just a lot of talking, or that they're doing a lot of reading, sometimes just putting in a presentation can be helpful. So these 4 that are listed are 4 ways to do a presentation. Again, there's a lot out there, but of course you have the tried and true PowerPoint, which you can, go real plain or real fancy and throw in your animations and all those kinds of things. Yeah, Kristen is my like training soulmate. PowerPoint is also my jam. Prezi is a great one, and if I can figure out how to switch some screens here, I will show you guys just an example. If you've never used Prezi, I got to move my phone around because I got to get to my computer screen. Let's see here. Stop sharing this. See if it'll let me. Here we go. Let's see here. We'll go to this one. Okay, if I click on that. Okay, hopefully you guys are still able to see this. If I share this screen. So don't judge me. I took elementary education for a while, thought I wanted to be a teacher, and this was just a really simple Prezi that I made about like a math lesson, in which I just hopped like 20 fourth graders up on sugar and then gave them back to the regular classroom teacher. So Prezi is kind of fun. It does take a little more patience because you kind of have to learn how to do the different paths to get to go to the different slides. But it is, fun and adds a little spark as far as animations go. Just makes it a little different. Like I said, it looks a little different depending on what screen you're on as well. But they have so many templates that can make it really easy, and it just really is aesthetically pleasing. But again, I'm a PowerPoint nerd, so that's what I enjoy. So I will go back here. And I'm going to be sharing a few different screens, so it's going to be some awkward transition, so I apologize. See if we can do this again. Perfect. PowerPoint back. There we go. So that was Prezi, like I said. And then you have Canva, which if you've seen any of my training stuff, anything on the Dispatch Lab Facebook page, Canva is also very much my jam. I use it for just about everything. There's a free version. There is a paid version. I think it's about $13 a month for one user. So it's not terrible, especially depending on how much you're using it. Again, I use it for like literally everything. So for me, it's cost effective, but kind of just depends on what your budget is and what you're looking to do. Another one I found that I haven't played with as much is the Visme. So I can't speak too much about it, but again, this just gives you a starting point. You can always Google, presentation methods like PowerPoint, and it will come up with so many. And presentations are great because, again, you can use all kinds of different fonts and colors and animations. You can make it your own, individualized, and you can either teach with them live, or you can, send it to somebody and they can review the PowerPoint. Kristen, you will love Canva. Seriously, it's like, if you ever need help with it, let me know. I'll help you out. I love it. I love it so much. And I'm not getting paid to say that. So you know that it's genuine and honest because I get no payment from Canva for saying that. The other great thing that I think sometimes people maybe don't think of or just kind of gets missed is presentations also transfer really well to creating job aids. So this was a presentation I did at a conference earlier this year, the Train Don't Tell, and someone was like, hey, can I get your slideshow? And because, as you can see on some of those slides, I didn't really have any text. I presented it, so I knew the material, so I was just saying it. And using Canva, it was super easy. And even if you just, use a Word document, presentations, because a lot of times you do already have that text in there, especially if you're wanting to make sure you're hitting on certain points, they flow really easy into making job aids because it's really just copy and pasting. A little reorganization, but for the most part, it's copying and pasting. So this is just an example of that. So if you just did a training PowerPoint and maybe it's a topic that people are still struggling with, or they're kind of asking continuing questions, definitely look and see if it'd be, a quick fix to throw that information from the presentation of the PowerPoint into a PDF. Like I said, I just took the information, copy and pasted it into the PDF, added a few extra notes for those slides that didn't have anything, and then was able to send that out. So especially with training, when you're doing these things, like we'll talk about today, don't take the time to redo everything all the time. Work smarter, not harder. See what pieces of content you can pull from your presentations or the videos or anything else to create the job aids or the reminders, or whatever it is. If your training manual is on the computer, copying, pasting out of there when you're creating a presentation. It just really, it makes it go faster and you don't feel like you're retyping a lot of things. Next, we'll go to using video. So video is huge, obviously. And I really just put that, ever heard of TikTok? Because it's really the popular thing right now, especially those short, just pieces of information. A lot of them are entertainment, but you can use it for informational as well. If you have TikTok, if you've ever gotten on TikTok or seen one, some of them are more for the purpose of sharing information than just entertainment. So this is not to say that you should use TikTok in your agency and or encourage your employees to use it, because we all know how that can go very wrong very quickly. But it is to say that even short little pieces of information in video format can be very effective and sometimes are the best, because that's about all the attention span and or free time we have at work. So video can be a great way to interject information, and there's a lot of different formats you can use with those. So these are just a few. When it comes to video, you definitely want to do some pre-planning. Make sure you know your topic. You can script it. I don't necessarily script things if I try to make a video, just because I won't follow it and I'll look awkward. But definitely have your main points, if nothing else. So that way you know what you're trying to hit. You're making sure that, if you show the video again, it'll be consistent that way. But if you were to remake it or anything like that, that there's that consistency factor as well. But the nice part is too, in 2021, it is incredibly easy to make your own video. These are just 3 apps that you can get on your phone, or some of them are on the computer, that you can use to make videos, do your basic edits. If you want to put 2 clips together, if you want to crop it, if you want to add some fancy background music, whatever that looks like, it is easier than ever to create those. I would show you an example of a training video, but I surprisingly hate being on video. uh, unless I'm presenting live, but I hate recorded video. So I have not put them in my actual training program at this point. I've done a few for the dispatch lab, but I've not put them in my program, mostly because I don't want to listen to myself on video. But someday I will move past that and put those in there. And because there's also different ways. So you could do one of you talking. You could do different videos of where it's, as we'll talk about, screencasting, or there's all kinds of different videos as well that you can use. So another one that I believe I have pulled up to show you is Powtoon. So animations, you can do animated videos. And I will go back here again. Again, this is just one that I created like years ago, so don't judge me because, yeah, it's been a while since I've done it. My skills were not as good as they might be now, and I didn't spend like a whole lot of time on it. So let's see if I can get to this. The great thing also too, if I click present, is you can do these in Slideshow and you can do it in a movie format. So a slideshow looks just like this. You just click and you can see the animations, or you can do it in a movie where it would just then play, play out. Let's see if I can hit this play button. And it'll show you all the animations. You set your timing. I think I used a template on this one. They have, I think, hundreds of templates, so you really don't even have to do a lot of that animation yourself or looking for the graphics. You can find one that already kind of caters to the topic you're training on or what you're looking for. So it makes it really easy. And then again, you pick your animations, you pick your other graphics, you pick how fast it goes, how slow it goes. If it's something that has a lot of word, you can keep it up there for longer. And Powtoon does have, so this is the free version. As you'll notice on that right bottom screen, there is a logo. You do have to upgrade to the cost version to get rid of that. And those costs just vary between all these programs. So it's really just up to you how much you're using it and what's cost effective to you and your agency. So I'll go back here now and I'll move my phone again. Now I'm hitting things and see if I can get my PowerPoint back up. We're making it work. Okay, so back to this. Like I said, that was Powtoon, so you can do animations. That's not like my wheelhouse per se, but I'm learning it slowly. Those ones do have a bit more of a learning curve than if you were just going to record yourself and do some simple editing. So that's something also to take in consideration. But if you do like those, they're really fun once you get them made and you're done with them. Another thing you can do now in Panopto, I believe is how you say it. I always say it wrong. Does offer it. I believe there might be a cost. Again, like I said, a lot of these, there's a lot of options. So you really just have to Google and figure it out. But they do something where you can record yourself in the video and then at certain points, interject a quiz question or, maybe a discussion point you want people to think on as you continue talking, which is really kind of fun that you can then make your videos, instead of it being just a sit and watch this video, it now becomes interactive. So it's also a great way. Again, there is a bit of a learning curve, kind of figuring out how to record. When I've played around with it, just make sure that you're recording and then leaving some space so that way you can interject that before you keep talking. So this also a great option. There are other ones that do it as well. This is one of the more popular ones. So just also another option for video. Screencasting. This is one that I definitely have used before. I think is super helpful, especially in this space, in our industry, because there's so many processes that we do. that sometimes we can explain it a couple times, but it just needs a couple more to really stick. So the screencasting, I think, is kind of the answer to that. I'm a big fan of Screencast-O-Matic. I think in total, it's about $25 a year for their kind of middle tier paid version. And what that one does is it allows you to put in captions, you can put audio over it, you can record your screen and a webcam. It just gives you a few more options that way. So I am a huge fan of that one. The next one is what it looks like. So, we have 73,000 monitors, but you don't have to record all of them. It brings up a box like you see here with that dotted line. And then you just pick which part of your screen you want to record. So my favorite thing I've done with this is at my previous agency, they released a CAD that the officers had access to on their end. But as often happens, they did not schedule nearly enough time to train on it. They just a couple hours worth of training and we're like, okay, here you go. Be on the side of the road, figure out how to use this. So what I ended up doing is stealing one of their MDCs and going in and just screencasting the different steps. Here's how you do this. Here's how you do this. And then it just turns it into a video. It's a video file that you can share as needed. The other great part of it is with screencasting or videos in general, these can be viewed whenever. They can be viewed at everybody's convenience. Again, if they need a review of the process and the steps, they can watch it again. You can do a 5-minute video. You can do longer videos. It really is whatever you need it to be. But again, really helpful in our job when we have so much going on. And maybe if you're like me, you're training and dispatching or trying to do multiple things, videos, screencasting are ways that the trainees can have a reference point and they don't necessarily need to, keep coming back to someone to ask questions. They can just refer to the video and the screencast. And then finally, so this is going to be a shorter class, but don't want to inundate you with too much. If you do have any questions, by all means, throw them in the chat or throw them in the ask a question feature. We have learning management systems. This is just your internet definition of a learning management system. It's a software application for the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, whatever you kind of need it to be in a sense of your training program, learning development program. The great thing too right now is these fall all over the cost spectrum, from there's free versions to pricier versions. Some offer different things than the other ones do. And obviously cost-wise, when you get into those higher tiers, sometimes they have more benefits. But there's really a lot of choices when it comes to these, which is helpful for us too, for every size of agency, budget, all those types of things. And what this does is it's basically then a platform that you can put all your training material on. I've just been playing around with them, one, to see them, but two, also to find one that works for my agency. This one is Moodle. It's actually what I used in college many years ago. But it does cost, I think it's about $150 or $15 a month. So depending on how much you're training, again, is kind of going to determine what you're looking to spend or not spend. But Moodle is good. It's pretty straightforward in that it's pretty simple. There is kind of a learning curve when it comes to navigating how to edit and how to add users. But just like you see here, you can see I've listed out assignments then that the trainee logs on. They can go to each of them. On the right-hand side, there's a box for completion, just for something such as those reading assignments, just so they can mark it that they've done. Then I, on my end, can easily see that they've done it. You can put videos, as you see on that other screen, create quizzes. It really just has a lot of stuff you can do with it. There's discussion boards. If you are hiring multiple trainees, you can use discussion board functions in a lot of them. And then the other nice part is where it says there's a blue line under those other dates, you can upload everything and just release it as you want the trainee to be working on it. So that's also a really nice feature of Moodle. And other ones have that, some don't. It really varies program to program. But I think that's helpful too. Again, it gives your trainees some independence. They can move at their own pace. And then also it interjects, if you were in the class yesterday, that 70-20-10 model. So 70% of what we learn comes from hands-on, 20% comes from social learning, and 10% is from the material such as what we read. So it's really helpful because you can do a discussion board, you can do to do that social learning, you can do some hands-on simulations if you have that available, and you can do then the reading material. I actually just have it on paper in a book. So my laptop is going to die because I'm not as prepared as I thought I was. So I'm going to also try to talk to you and plug that in at the same time. But like I said, this is one that I've started testing out. I've started using in my own agency. And now we're just kind of working on to see if it's the best fit for the price, because for a lot of us, that's really what it comes down to. The next one is Talent LMS, and this is a really common one too. I believe it is free for up to 5 classes for, I think, up to 5 users as well. I could be wrong on that, but they do have the different tiers that are available. Excuse me. Now my laptop won't shut off and we can keep my PowerPoint going. So this is also one, again, you can kind of see that I've started playing around with it. I actually split up my phases of my training program into the different courses. And then the screen towards the right is then a breakdown of one of the courses where I've put in the different lectures, videos, PDF uploads, that kind of thing that I've used this for. So it does take a little bit of time to get accustomed to these things and a lot of playing around, seeing how it's going to work best for you. But once you have it set up and it works, it really is helpful. Again, because that trainee can do it on their own. They have their resources right there. And it's kind of a good way too, looking in Dispatch at looking at the independence factor. Are they able to find the resource? Or are they just asking you, if you're giving instructions, okay, when you come in tomorrow, I want you to log up, go to this course, work on these assignments. Did they come in and do that? Did they have to ask you 17 questions? Which is kind of some of that other stuff that we're looking for when we're training as well, to see how well they follow instructions, see how well they're able to work independently. So a lot of stuff tied in with that as well. The other thing, again, you can integrate all kinds of stuff with this video simulations. You can put link to another website. Some of them allow, like Moodle, to put the assignment right there, and they can actually just upload a PDF or a Word document, whatever the assignment is, right back into that platform. Some don't offer that. It's just about playing around with it and seeing what works for you. And then finally, apps. It's always good to take advantage of everything we had. Like I talked about before, those video ones were all apps that you can put on your phone. There's other ones you can do online. Moodle, that I just talked about, the LMS, is a mobile app. So if you're an agency, I know that I've heard of them, and I don't know if it's Kristen's or someone else's that uses like iPads or tablets with their trainees. If you have, an extra laptop that maybe you don't have an open console for a trainee, but you have a laptop that you can set that up, or if they just have their phone and they want to access it that way. Quizlet is a great one, especially at an agency like I'm at, where we use 10 codes. It's great to practice 10 codes, and there's already some made. So there's a good chance that you don't even have to create your own set of cards. Just search it. And then, so when I was researching for this and trying to figure out some other resources that I haven't used personally, I found this bottom one, Fliplet. I have not tried it, messed with it, toyed with it at all, so I cannot guarantee that it will work. But it was training apps, so you're supposed to be able to design that. So I just wanted to throw that in case anybody else wanted to go on an adventure and see what that's like. So if you do, feel free to let me know how that worked for you. But like I said, when I was just going down the rabbit holes of Google, That was one thing I found, so wanted to throw it in there. And that's all I have for this. Let me see if I can move this. Move this. If anybody has any questions, by all means, let me know. Comments, thoughts, concerns. Move this again. If you're like, wow, that was a lot of information, Halcyon, I couldn't even write all those down. Don't you worry, because I have a PDF with a list of all of these ones that you can access. If I can get it to come in here. Let's try it this way. There we go. So if you go to that link, it should pull you up a nice little PDF with the different categories that I covered and the different programs that I talked about. And like I said, if nothing else, hopefully this has kind of inspired you, given you some ideas to move your training program forward, check out some different technology and that sort of thing. Always looking for different ways to put that in to make our lives easier. So thank you guys for joining. You get an extra 30-minute break because I only took 30 minutes. If you want to contact me, my email is there. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Always happy to help in any way I can. That link for the PDF also goes to the Dropbox where there's a bunch of different dispatch resources. Joyce, you're too nice. But yeah, hopefully this has given you some great information. Thank you for attending Dare to Be Great 3. Since I'm also playing Ricardo, I will mention, be sure to join the Dare to Be Great Discord community. If you download the app, the Discord app, you'll log in and you'll go to the Dare to Be Great one. You have to go to a page and you'll scroll all the way down, click you agree. I'm no Ricardo. But I know you have to agree to something, and then all the channels will appear. You'll go to, I believe it's virtual events or presentations, and there's other information. You can connect with other people who are attending. Trying to think what else he would say. Be sure to stick around for the rest of the conference. If you missed any of the other days, you can go back and watch the recording. Watch out, Ricardo. I'm coming for your job because clearly I'm doing so well at this. But I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and be sure to join. Next up, if you know me, you know that Sarah Weston is one of my favoriteest people in the whole wide world. And she is coming up, I believe, next at 11 Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. So be sure to stick around for that keynote as well. So I will see y'all when I see ya. Have a great day, guys.